Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, see, at 1:30. That's a good number for after a meal. Because I had some oatmeal earlier, so I have like 2 meals that I mainly have, and I got rid of all my snack food, and I wasn't even snacking like crazy food. I was snacking like popcorn. Popcorn is on the low end of the glycemic index, and if you don't know, glycemic index is basically how fast glucose absorbs, you know, with various factors such as like the type of carbohydrates or the fiber content. So popcorn, you know, nothing added, is very healthy for diabetics. But I cut that out. I switched my snack food. Maybe I'll have like 2 carrots a day for snacking, and like a 1/4 cup of walnuts and like 2 slices of cheese. And that's usually in the evening after my workout, after a couple hours after my workout, to get some protein and stuff. Carrots are great for snacking. It's very low carbohydrates, very high in fiber, very healthy, vitamin A and all those other kind of vitamins. It's really easy for me now, and it's taken me 4 years of managing my diabetes, you know, and it's taken the motivation. You know, people say find your why. My why is that I need that surgery to happen. Okay, so there is no bigger motivator for me. And the thing is that doing this is going to improve my overall health entirely. It's gonna make my surgery recovery even better, and the less chance of complications, the better. The main meal that I have each day is about 1.5 cups of ground turkey, a half an onion, about a half spoonful, like a half of an actual dinner spoon full of minced garlic, some black pepper, red pepper flakes, turmeric, and I want to add some cinnamon and some ginger powder. And I cover the whole pan in kale, and I think it's like 2 to 3 cups, basically, maybe more. I cover the more kale the better. Kale is so healthy. It's like a superfood. It's a leafy green. A lot of people don't like it, but it actually tastes great. I like it. Uh-oh. But I think it was the Restream server. I think that was the problem. I switched to the Seattle server. But the thing is like that, I call it kale turkey. And then I have an oatmeal concoction I have, which is about like maybe like 1/4 a cup to like 2/3 a cup of oatmeal. Old-fashioned oats. It's not steel cut oats. Okay, that could be better, but old-fashioned oats is good enough. It's cheaper, and it's just easier to prepare because steel cut oats take longer. And then I have like a spoonful or 2 of wheat germ, which is really healthy and helps, you know, like, and then I have like a spoonful of peanut butter, and that is what I have in the morning and in the evening. And in addition to that, I take this like kind of probiotic energy shot called Yakult Light. The light version has like less sugar, and I'll augment my blood sugar if it goes too low. Like if it goes below 90, I mean especially if it goes below 80, I'll eat like an apple or a banana or an orange. Or if it's low enough, I'll have, you know, 2 of those. And so far this week, my blood sugar has been pretty decent. In fact, if I look at my average, So this is my 7-day average. I've tested 58 times. I've tested 58 times and my average is 128. My 14-day average, 77 times, 126. And my 30-day average, see, I didn't test as much before because I had it kind of locked in. I would only test like 3 times a day or so, or maybe less. I get lazy sometimes. 130, and that's kind of why I'm doing this, is because I get lazy. You know, because I go on autopilot, that's what rose me up to 7.2 A1C. So getting me back down to 7.0 and going down to 6.9 or lower, ideally, non-diabetics have 5.5 to 6.5 as their A1C. So ideally, I could get down to 6.5, at least, ideally, I could get down to 6.5 or below. But let's not go crazy here. You know, like, let's set some realistic goals. I think getting back down to 7.0 is very realistic because, one, I've done it before, and two, I made significant lifestyle changes. And my body's gonna, you know, like, I don't know, I can never seem to get, like, I can never seem to get, like, good camera angles here. I really need to upgrade. See, this is part of my new, the next step of, you know, because right now I've been on a 5-year plan medically, and everything else has been on the back burner. Everything that I want to do professionally is on the back burner. And so professionally, after I'm, you know, this next year is going to be all about recovery and preparing for the next 5-year plan. And the next 5-year plan involves going back to college and pursuing some kind of business certificate of some sort, going back to classes to get back into like a routine of being around people and interacting with people in a college setting, which I know is not the same as a professional setting. But I need to, you know, as you know, an autistic person who has a lot of difficulty in the workplace, going back to school is a good middle ground because it's a place for me to interact with people in an environment that's not so stressful that it, you know, obviously the stakes aren't like, you know, non-existent. I do have to show up to class, I do have to like perform a certain way, but it's not the end of the world. I could always take a class again, you know, like it's not like I'm gonna get, you know, fired or whatever, you know. But you know, going back to school and, you know, like continuing with dance, you know, that's good for my health. And also I do long-term want to do stuff with dance. And, you know, I could look for opportunities for modeling. That's a huge part of my 5-year plan, although that's not all I'm doing. That's, you know, like, in order to make it in this life, I'm going to have a lot of resources available to me that I don't currently have. And so I need to start, that's the next phase. That's the next 5-year plan. The next 5-year plan is trying to get those resources together, get a professional modeling portfolio together. You know, which will involve hiring like a professional makeup artist and, you know, a hairstylist, because I try to do it the best I can on my own, but if I'm going to be going in to get a professional photo shoot, I'm going to have some professional, I can't rely on myself, because that's an overtime kind of thing. Like over time, I would like to learn how to do makeup and my hair better, but in order to, you know, make a professional portfolio, I don't have to do it myself. I could have somebody else do it in the short term. And then I could have a professional portfolio, and then I could, you know, submit that to different modeling agencies and, you know, stuff like that. Or even like become an actress of some sort. So there's a lot of things I can be doing, but I can't really be doing it right now because I'm just, my entire life right now is focused on getting myself to that operation and recovering from it. So that's why right now I am a health nut. I am officially a health nut. Okay, like I restricted my diet so much. Like I am finding every single possible way to lower my A1C in a safe way. But the biggest one besides the diet change, which wasn't a huge leap because I was already eating kale, I was already managing my diet pretty well, not eating processed foods, etc., etc. But I kind of went on autopilot and I slipped up a bit. So I went stricter, and I am now extremely strict. I don't have cheat days, I don't have anything like that. But more than that, the biggest change is leveling up my exercise routine. Because before I wasn't terrible. Like, here's the thing. I'm going from a state of, hey, what's up, Patricia? I was going from a state of already doing pretty well to manage my diabetes, but I kind of got complacent and I kind of went on autopilot. So my A1C went from 7.0 to 7.2. And in order to get this surgery, I need to get it down to 6.9. So I made these immediate changes. I cut out a whole bunch of stuff out of my diet, even though it was already good. I'm doing great. Today is a kind of more of a rest day, although I will go for a walk later again. Even just an hour a day of walking, at a good pace, is going to be what gets this back down. I am pretty devastated because my surgery was scheduled for the end of this month. But now it's turned from surgery November to health nut November. So now I basically I had to realign my goals for this month, because the way I work is if I know what I'm planning for, I put in my entire being into it. So when I was getting ready for surgery, my entire being was like, okay, I need to psychologically be ready for this. I need to, be limiting my exposure to other people because I don't want to get COVID. I need to I need to be meditating. I need to make sure my diet isn't so crazy, and I need to be exercising, but I wasn't doing it at the level that I need to now, because now I shifted focus, because my focus before was the surgery's going to happen. I just need to get myself there. Now it's happened. Now it's at the point of my doctor thinks it might take an extra 1 or 2 months. I don't stream daily. I'm not that kind of streamer. I don't really see streaming as a career path. I see streaming as just basically a capture of whatever I'm doing in my life. And like I said earlier, I'm at the tail end of this medical 5-year plan that has involved, obviously streaming. It's involved some YouTubing, although, YouTubing, it's basically been streaming as a form of therapy in a sense, in addition to, I am seeing a professional therapist every week, for the past 4 years. I've been transitioning from male to female. And in order to do that, I had to start HRT, but I started going to therapy. I started managing my diabetes because my health is a priority. And you can't just do one thing without doing the other. So in order to get through this transition, it's been more than just a gender transition, which involves a spiritual kind of sense. There's there's 3 parts to any kind of transition in your life. There's a social transition, a medical transition, and a spiritual transition. And the spiritual transition is the most important one, because the other ones can't even happen if you don't make this internal spiritual understanding of your psychology and your your mental health and all that kind of stuff like that. Because if you don't take care of your spirituality, which doesn't necessarily mean religion, it can involve meditation, yoga, self-improvement, learning new skills, building yourself up from the inside. It has been a holistic process. It hasn't just involved transgender medicine. That's a huge part of it, because all the other things couldn't have happened without it. That was a focal point. But getting my autism diagnosis and being able to look at things right in the face and say, I know you exist, I'm going to validate you so that I can work on you and improve you. Because if I ignore things, if I'm in denial, if I make excuses, then I won't improve. And so in order to improve, I've had to face reality, and I've had to have these difficult discussions with my therapist, but mostly with myself. And streaming has been a huge part of that because it's allowed me a space to kind of like, yeah, maybe I sullied my reputation a little bit, okay? But what's the alternative? I would still be where I started 4 years ago. So even though I, had some really tough moments these past 4 years, and some of those were on stream, you don't need to apologize. It's fine. I'm a good streamer. You do you, honey boo. If I didn't go through those hurdles that I've gone through the past 4 years, which some of them happened on stream, unfortunately, I would have not done the work required to move past them, and I would still have them. So I've had to make like a whole bunch of joins. Oh, I'm not going to join anyone's Discord. I'm sorry. I appreciate it though. So like streaming has been more of like a journal for me. I know that's like not terribly wise to say, but what's the alternative? Like besides the personal fulfillment thing. Hey Rupert, we're gonna get to chess soon, don't worry. Soon. It's like an ethereal concept that at some point we'll get to chess. I kind of just float around for a while. There's people out there who use like anonymous usernames, their avatar is like an anime profile picture. They don't have any content at all. They don't even like put any of their like personal beliefs or their personality online. I would rather be me with all my flaws than be somebody who has nothing. Okay, so like as much as I sometimes think that maybe I permanently damaged my reputation on social media, yeah, I don't do follow for follow. It's not a good thing. I'm gonna give you a word of advice. Just be yourself, do your own thing, and just let things happen organically. And there's things that you can do to help that, like, YouTube and Twitter and like other social media platforms, especially if you're willing to do porn. Which some people like me are more than willing. In fact, I've been kind of devastated that I've had to put like a huge brake pedal on that because I need to get this surgery to happen. Like, I've had my orchiectomy, I've had my facial feminization, which I'm very thankful for. However, this final surgery, the bottom surgery to have a vagina, is the #1 surgery in my, priority in my life. It's the most difficult one to get. And it's proving difficult because I need to get my A1C now just to reschedule it. However, the doctor says that it might just be delayed like an extra 1 or 2 months. It was going to be at the end of this month. It might be the end of next month or in January. It's going to happen. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. And then there's a long-term recovery process for that. But I'm going to be going back to school at the tail end of that. And I'll be able to slowly get back into the business and be able to build up a portfolio. And I'm going to, it's a huge rebrand. Like that's a big deal. That's a big change. Okay, that completely changes my audience for the most part. And maybe not as much as I think. But either way, I don't like to think about things in how that's more of an afterthought. That's more of like, how will this affect other things? It's not really like, my decision making isn't based on what other people think. My decision making isn't based on career opportunities. My decision making are, what are the decisions that are going to lead me to living an authentic life that I can, in the end of the day, look at myself and say, I don't have any regrets. Okay. There's a lot of transformation stuff. I've talked about it at length, Rupert. But Rupert, it is very individualized to each person. There is probably no way that you can really understand, because it's so spiritual in nature. It's to the point of, in order to understand it, you'd have to go through it. Because unless you're going through it, you don't understand like all the little teeny minutia of every single detail that has led me to finally making the decision to do what I knew I needed to do. You need to change a lot of things about yourself in life, and for trans people it happens to be very specific and gender related to sexual characteristics, such as switching from testosterone to estrogen, getting your facial surgery because I had a more masculine face that I'm very thankful I got, because now I notice even more why I needed it. I don't think I was like ugly, but when I look at my old videos, I see an ugly person, and I'm glad I'm not that person anymore. I don't see it in the same way as like vanity. I don't think it's like anything as shallow as that. It's a deeper thing. It's this deep need for your body to be what it needs to be, and it's really difficult to explain because it's taken me 15 years since I knew what this was to even approach understanding this. But at some point you just have to make a decision, like, am I going to just like deny myself this treatment, or am I just going to go through with it? Because I have denied it to myself so many times over the years, and sometimes there's nothing to it but to do it. While I'm going on my walks or my runs, I'll be saying that like as like a mantra. There's nothing to it but to do it. 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 There really is nothing to it but to do it. There were so many opportunities to back out. Trust me. There were so many, and there's still opportunities to back out of this surgery. There's opportunities I can't, there's certain things I can't come back from, obviously. I had orchiectomy, so that means I don't have any balls anymore. So that means, like, that's done deal. Like, that's done, and I'm glad. Like, facial surgery, that's done. I can't go back to a masculine face, and I wouldn't want to. See, that's the reason. Like, for a non-transgender person, for a cisgender person, these would be devastating. And that's because you're cisgender. You don't want these changes. But transgender people need these changes. Because it's like, it's devastating not to have the changes. It's like, I feel like if people just stopped thinking about it so much, it would make so much more sense to them. Like, it's not this big, cerebral, complicated thing. It's like, it's more raw. It's more like, it's more of an internal spiritual thing that you can't really put to words all the time. So like, in the end of the day, you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I did what I knew I needed to do, and I respect myself for that. Because I don't want to be on my deathbed and saying, oh, I wish I could have done that thing when I was 30, I started when I was 31, so I wish I could have done that when I was 31, when I had the opportunity. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person who is on their deathbed saying all these regrets over what you should have done. Because I spent 15 years waiting. Or like, it was at the time, it was like, yeah, about 15 years. Like, I spent 15 years waiting. And waiting. And waiting. Okay, so at some point you just make the decision. You're like, fuck it. Like, I'm doing it. And then and as long as you make the decision and you don't back down from it and you go through the difficult parts. My ranking is pretty bad on chess.com and Lichess. I primarily focus on chess.com now, so I appreciate it if we don't bring up Lichess. I am a chess.com community streamer, and I intend to stick with it now, because I do prefer chess.com for improving at chess, because I had a lot of tools available on the other website, and there's something about having a premium membership that like motivates you to improve and to work on it. So I guess I'm gonna stop dilly-dallying And we're gonna get to I'm just gonna do some puzzle battles. Let me know if you want to challenge me. We can play some puzzle battles or we can play some games. Well, that's unfortunate. Huh? Wait, what was it? What am I? Oh, there we go. Alt Shift. There we go. Okay, here we go. And it's gonna be doing some puzzle battles. Which honestly, I think doing puzzle battles is a good way to understand your relative chess puzzle ability, because you're competing against someone else, and so that gives you like a more accurate ELO. Because the number, you know, like when you just do like a standard chess tactics rating, it's only comparing yourself to yourself, which an ELO requires an opponent. So I think chess battle is imperfect. I mean, how are you really going to measure someone's chess tactical ability? And I think chess puzzles is the only thing that really comes close. But I still think it's imperfect. I think it's best not to think so much about your ranking. So many people are like stuck. They're like, oh, I need to like get a high ranking. I need to get a high ranking. It's like, why? Like, why don't you just like try to do your best and be strong as you can, you know, because that's the only thing that matters. The only thing that matters is getting strong at chess, because, you know, that's what's going to give you a high ranking anyway. Like if you're so focused on ranking, like don't let that like control you. Don't put your self-worth attached to your ranking as well. Like it's so easy. I know all of us do it. Of all levels, like not just masters, you know, not just beginners, not just intermediate players. Like everyone does it. I'm not a GM. I'm definitely not a GM. I'm like super low rated. Like my rapid is like 1200. Oh, I should have taken with the queen. What's up, Jibu? Yay, I won. Now, I'm not so much focused on speed, I'm focused on accuracy. And what doing the lower rated puzzles is really good for is just getting like themes, like basic themes, required themes, to be as second nature as possible. So even though people like always try to think of like, oh, how many, you know, I know the challenge can always be motivating, but at the same time, like if you really want to improve, you need to be like, I should be able to solve these first like 10 puzzles like immediately. If I can't do that, then I'm not good enough to like consider myself, you know, very strong at these chess tactics. Like I should be able to like, oh, I see that, I see that, I see that, I see that. Like I should be able to see everything like immediately. And not make illegal moves. I need to be able to parse the board as efficiently as possible, but I don't want to parse it so fast that I'm just making like half-assed moves. Like I need to be able to actually solve it. Oh, I thought I was going to win the rook. There must have been a better move. Oh, what am I doing? I needed to... Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, if chess.com isn't available in your country, there's nothing I can do about that. I don't work for chess.com. I'm not sponsored by chess.com. I'm not affiliated with chess.com other than as a community member. So, I apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do about that. I hope you enjoy the stream otherwise. My stream isn't necessarily about, my stream isn't necessarily about the game I'm playing. You know, like, oops. You know, like a lot of the time, you know, like a lot of the time, like I might be like, you know, playing a game or something, but really, like, my stream is a place for me to really like kind of work on stuff and, you know, that I'm working on. And right now, I'm not particularly working on any kind of, I'm not working on content right now. I'm working on getting myself to this surgery because there is no content without me. And if I don't have me, then unfortunately, I can't be building a portfolio. I don't have the luxury of building a portfolio right now. I will in time. It's not going to be forever. And I'm trying to trust the process. I'm trying to trust the reality of the situation and not try to do too much at once and be a wet noodle. You know, it's like I need to take care of my health because if my health isn't in order, nothing else will be, ever. So as devastating as it can seem, I have a bit of a slower pace than most people. And I guess, you know, as much as I want it to be different, that's the reality. And I can just sit here and be sorry for myself and, you know, hate the world, or I can do something about it. You know, so like there is no other option. People say, oh, you know, you shouldn't be a model or actress. You shouldn't do, you know, you shouldn't, you know, pursue your industry. And it's like, well, why? Like, why did all these other people get to do it and I can't? You know, why can't I know what it's like to be, you know, a professional model and actress. And I feel like I could do it pretty well at it. With the right coaching, with the right resources. But getting those resources isn't easy. It doesn't just happen. There's no like clear path for it. Nobody knows what works and what doesn't. They kind of have like some random, like, you know, vague ideas, but really nobody knows what's going on. And the only thing to do is to just do it. And not like, you know, so many people will say, oh, you shouldn't do that. You know, you can't make a living doing that. And it's like, well, you're never going to make it happen if you don't even try. So, you know, it's like, I see no reason for me to fail. I see no reason why I can't succeed. I see absolutely no reason, and I don't care what anybody thinks. If somebody isn't going to be there to assist me in the process, then they're only in my way. And ironically, I think as much as it seems like you want to take people's advice, I think the only people who do succeed are the people who do it anyway, and who refuse to accept that advice of like just giving up on yourself. And, you know, hey, Laver. Because, I mean, what alternative is there? If I don't make it in the industry that I'm pursuing, how am I going to make it in an industry that doesn't align with my values? How am I going to make it in an industry that doesn't align with my abilities? You know, I have talents. I have a gift. You know, it needs, and that doesn't mean I'm like professionally skilled at it. That means that these are things that I have built over a lifetime, that it's going to be my best bet is to use your strengths. And my strengths are in performance. My strengths are in the ability to like do whatever I have to do and not care what other people think. Right now I'm just doing puzzle battle, Rupert. Let me, oh no, what happened? Oh God. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a puzzle battle. Let me check it afterwards. Let's go. I'm a machine? I don't know about that. Oh no! Well, I still won. Delaware. Okay, you sent me a challenge? I think I have to send you a challenge if you're a new user. Or did you send me a friend request? What's your username? I can just create a challenge link also. Unrated. You want to play 3-2? Or do you want to play longer? You want to play 10 minute? And I can copy link here. And then just let me know if it's you when you know, in the Twitch chat. If you're the one who accepted the game. You want to do 10-5? Okay, let me do a 10-5. 10-5. Okay, here you go. Rupert Pumpkin 10-10 10-10 10-10 10-10 10-10 10-10 10-10 10-10 10-10 10-10 1 10-10 2 10-10 3 10-10 10-10 1 All right, click on the link, Rupert. Click on the link. Click on the link. You might be on, if you're on mobile. Here, let me, custom. $10, $5, unrated, and then Rupert Pumpkin 10-10. Oh, Poopkin. There you are. Okay. I found you. 10-5. Unrated. There we go. Hey, Twice! Alright, sent you the challenge. Oh, there you are. Yeah. I'm on. Yeah, so Twice Slicer, I don't know if you saw my YouTube update or if you listened to the beginning of the stream. So I unfortunately had to change some plans because this month was supposed to be my surgery, but the doctor wants my A1C to be lower because it went up to 7.2 and he wants it closer to 6.9. So I made some immediate lifestyle changes, and I'm starting to get over the initial like pain of it. It still hurts knowing that I was so close, and in order to have a healthy recovery, I need to be strong. And so as much as I wish that the surgery could just happen, you know, the doctor's looking out for me. He doesn't want me to die. That's always good when your doctor doesn't want you to die. And I started exercising, like going on an hour-long walk every day. I made an even stricter diet. And I came up with a really healthy recipe with like ground turkey, half an onion, garlic, healthy amount of garlic, and kale. And like black pepper, red pepper, turmeric, and I want to start adding cinnamon and ginger powder to it. Although I don't know, I have been having ginger tea, so I think you don't want to overdo it on ginger. So maybe I'll cut out maybe I won't do the ginger powder. I'll just stick with the ginger tea. Yeah, it can be quite frustrating. However, I had to basically completely shift my mindset for this month. It might be another, it might still happen in December. But more realistically, it might happen in January or February. However, I might be pleasantly surprised. I'm working really hard. Like, I raised my insulin dosage. I'm monitoring my blood sugar, like, really, like, a lot. And I cut out every single negative part of my already strict diet. That was like really healthy. I cut out anything that could remotely negatively impact my A1C. I'm sorry, Rupert, but we're gonna have to move on. I'm not gonna be able to play you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back to Puzzle Battle, and really, I kind of just want to do Puzzle Battle, if that's I do like to play my viewers, but if there's going to be issues, unfortunately, I'm really sorry. I can't deal with that. If you can't play, I mean, if you can get chess.com, maybe move to a different country or something. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I can't, I gotta move on. I'm sorry, Rupert. I hope you enjoy the stream otherwise. Like I said, I'm here to talk. And I just hope you enjoy the vibes. But in the end of the day, I kind of plan to do a puzzle battle stream. I do take challenges from viewers, and I do enjoy playing viewers, but not if it's going to be challenging. Not if there's going to be issues. I'm sorry. I like things to be smooth. I like to keep my stream. I don't like there to be technical issues. I don't like, it just ruins the vibe, Is this just a draw? Oh, I don't have the sound effects on. You guys get to hear the fun sound effects. But yeah, as usual, I'm staying strong, and when I start my stream, it's not just about what I'm doing. It's like I kind of create a space to be able to kind of interact with the community, whatever small. And I know I'm not like a giant community. I'm not a famous streamer or anything, but I do like to kind of create a vibe. Where I may not always be talking, but I like creating the space. I like having the option to be able to kind of work stuff out or talk about stuff. And sometimes I'm really just kind of focused on, like doing these puzzles. Oops, that was bad. Yeah, I mean, it's been a week. It's been like a week and a couple days. It's been 10 days since I got the news. So I've been able to kind of just focus on what I need to do, and that's what's going to get me through this. I also do fixed point meditation that I got the idea from. I mean, obviously meditation is not that like super, like rocket science to learn about, but I got the idea from Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG. If you don't know him, check out his YouTube channel, Healthy Gamer GG. He talks about mental health and addiction and all sorts of kind of stuff. And he does kind of interviews with people. Kind of a really good content creator. But he was talking, he comes from, he's a licensed psychiatrist in the United States. But he also came from training when he went to go to India to train in to become a yogi. So he has like Eastern and Western approaches to mental health and to health in general. And I feel like him and his community are really going up, you know, really good direction. And you know, he's talked about fixed point meditation, which is basically like I'll get a candle and I'll burn it, and I'll look at it without blinking, and then try to keep my focus on not blinking for as long as I can. And every time I, you know, get distracted or blink or have to blink, I just do, you know, reset and start over. And that's what meditation is. It's not rocket science. It's just, you can't fail at meditation. Like you keep resetting. It's like a chess game. No matter how many games you play, you always start with the same starting position. You know, and we're not talking about 960, okay? We're not even going to go there. It's more of a symbolism, like symbolic. Okay, it doesn't matter about the specifics. You know, you reset the board every single game, no matter what. And so every time you start a game, you're starting from the same exact location, whether or not you're an absolute beginner or if your name is Magnus Carlsen. And I think no other sport has an equal playing field like that. Like if you play like professional basketball, like you're not going to be able to compete against like LeBron James or Michael Jordan if you're just starting out at basketball. But in chess, you have this unique ability to copy. At least you can copy like the opening moves of the same kind of moves that professional players, like top-ranked players, will use. And you may not understand them as well, but you can still play them. And that's kind of the cool thing about chess. There's no other sport where you can do that. You require a certain level of competence in other sports, and you know, physical ability, you know, alone. Like you need to be in a certain amount of physical shape in order to compete with, like, you know, other people at the top level. But not only that, you need experience in competitive play, which you can't shortcut. You know, the same goes for chess as well on its own level. But you know, just like everybody starts with the same 32 pieces, and I, you know, it's just like meditation. You just start over, and you keep setting up those pieces, and you keep trying to concentrate. Because that's what meditation is about. It's about learning how to get rid of all your, it's not about, like, you know, people say, oh, Zen, it's about, you know, like, I mean, literally Zen means nothingness. But it's not about, like, being, because if you can be, like, meditating, but, like, you could be on autopilot, and you're not actually effectively meditating. It's about being able to maintain focus. And oh, I'm playing black here. It's about being able to maintain focus and exist in the moment with as little of your own ego as possible. And obviously your ego is going to come back. Ego death is only temporary. It's the nature of our existence. We have ego. But meditation isn't about getting rid of the ego. It's about setting it aside so that you can have, you know, deeper understanding of your body and of your mind. Oops. So, you know, meditation is really good for your blood sugar, because it's keeping cortisol levels low. So I have to stay calm. I have to stay focused. I have to, you know, keep my health. Like I need to be going on walks every day, which is what I'm doing. Now today's a bit of a rest day, but I do plan on doing. I'm gonna try my best to do a full hour today. But I also in the understanding that today is kind of a rest day now. I've gone 10 days without a rest day. So at some point you kind of need to take it easy. I can't just overdo it. This is something that's not going to happen overnight. Like this is going to take, like, you know, I'm checking my blood sugar, my A1C. I'm going to get my blood work done in a month to see where I'm at. And hopefully it'll be where it needs to be. But if not, I'm gonna have to keep going. And I'm going to keep going until it's where it needs to be, because that's how my surgeon is going to schedule the surgery again. And he promised that it shouldn't take too long. Like, it's not going to be like another year. You know, it might not even be like, you know, longer than a month of having to schedule it. So I'm kind of on edge because it was already scheduled and I'd already gone through that whole process. And then, you know, it's probably going to go a lot quicker, you know, the second time, you know, because I know what to expect, but also because things are already in place. There's just one little thing that the doctor wants before, you know, it's like I just have to like kind of min-max. You know, we're in the min-maxing stage right now, and I need to look at it that way. Like, you know, this isn't like I don't have to start over from scratch. Like, we're just fine-tuning. So I need to stay positive, because we be positive. Oh, I thought I was gonna go for a draw there. Ugh. Yeah, so kind of, you know, I did a lot of the talking at the beginning. It's usually how I do my streams, you know, as you know. I kind of don't really focus on the middle part of the stream. It's more of a, like, kind of an open space for, you know, viewers to pop in and, you know, like, you know, ask questions. And, you know, we do have like good discussions throughout the middle of the stream, but it's not always, you know, like that. I kind of get out whatever I want to say at the beginning and the ending of the stream, you know, because usually I have time to think. Like, this is my time to think about like what I want to say at the end of the stream. And also just, you know, people are gonna pop in, and, you know, there's always like stuff that can happen in the middle of the stream. But, you know, it's like mostly I'm just kind of boring during the middle of the stream. Like, we're pretty much just chilling and doing some puzzle battle. I'm kind of keeping the space open. That's kind of how I run. And also just because, like, I'm just trying to, like, you know, do something. It is fun. You know, streaming is pretty fun. In the sense that, like, it kind of gives me, like, a space to kind of not care so much about other things. Kind of get, you know, temporarily kind of puts me in a space where it's like I can just focus on just chilling here and not caring so much about anything. And it's with check. Oh! There is a double attack. Yeah, I don't really feel like, you know, if I don't feel like streaming is good for me in any given day, I won't. You know, I kind of know like where I'm at mentally. Some days I really feel like streaming, and today's one of those days. You know, I'm kind of recovering a little bit. It has been a difficult 10 days that I started a new exercise regimen, so I'm kind of like just kind of chilling today. But you know, I could have done, you know, basically what I've been doing a lot of stuff to take care of myself off stream. Like I've been rereading Lord of the Rings. I started the Book of Lost Tales, and also, you know, I'm gonna read the entire 12-volume history of the Middle Earth. So it's like kind of got a lot going on, and I'm like, you know, working on my novel again. And that's kind of why I'm reading this. Is it kind of gives me a little insight into how an author works. Obviously, in the end of the day, there's nothing to it but to do it. You know, that's kind of the theme right now. The theme right now in my life is there's nothing to it but to do it. And, you know, like go out and, you know, there's nothing like, you can obviously min-max on like how you work out and like what you eat, what your diet is, etc., etc. Oh no, because the rook's there. There's a lot of, you know, you could get better equipment, like, you know, you can have a better, you know, min-max, but in the end of the day, there's nothing to it but to do it. You know, like nothing is going to replace you needing to go for like a workout. Like you're still going to be working out, and you might not be perfect, you know, but you get there. You just show up and you go for a walk. You know, you stay hydrated. You know, you learn all the min-max stuff as you go. What? Ping-cam, pong-cam. I was thinking... Yeah, I was thinking that I would bring the queen, the rook over to C2, you know, threatening. Okay. Oh, let's take with the queen, I think. Ah. Oh, my camera. Okay, we're back. Homer Simpson. Homer Simpson. Homer. Oh. What? No! Can't believe it. Yeah, and I'm thankful for what I have. You know, like so many people, not only have I had orchiectomy, not only have I had facial feminization, but this surgery is still happening. So even though there's some delay, you know, for health reasons, to make sure that I get the best possible results that the doctor is confident in, it's, you know, it's still gonna happen. And it's sometimes like hard, it's easy to lose perspective that there are people who still can't even dream of being where I'm at right now, who would give anything to be where I'm at right now, because they don't even have an option of getting the surgery. They're not even, some people can't even get on HRT. And that was where I was 4 years ago. So I try to, you know, remember how lucky I am, and like grateful for being able to get this amazing medical care that I have available to me that so many people don't get. And you know, it's the whole process has also like put me in the best shape of my entire life. And you know, that's good for my diabetes. Like, being able to manage my blood sugars properly, like that's gonna carry over into every other area of my life, not just my medical needs for surgery. So yeah, I mean, I think sometimes I get like a little bit of tunnel vision. Oh, I thought I was gonna get a queen back and just win a rook. It must have been a checkmate or something. Or winning a queen? Just play rook a6. I mean rook a5. Well, oh, it's not defended. Oops, misclick. Ugh, oh, it hurts my... Gotta put my glasses on special. Like, when I gotta have my headphones on, my glasses, like, really hurts. I'm still getting used to glasses. I was been supposed to be wearing glasses this entire time. So my vision is horrible. I just got used to it. But especially after facial surgery, I can't ignore it anymore. Because after facial surgery, I got some misalignment issues. And I don't know how long this is going to last. Might last for the rest of my life. But I don't know. Eventually I'll just get like laser surgery or whatever they do. Eventually. I think it costs like $1,000. I don't have that kind of money at the moment, and I'm too involved with other surgery stuff, honest, like you know. That's for another time. So I would like to not have to wear glasses. Yeah. Okay, let's just kind of yeah, let's just play this for a bit, and then I'm gonna end the stream. Oh no, I needed to take. Oh. Well, I'm up a piece now. This is Koli. I probably should have castled. I think I'm okay. I got a bunch of like tactical options here. Okay, let's... Yeah, let's attack the queen. No, I should have. Oh, God. Yeah, I just. This is still fine. I think I'm gonna have to castle by hand. I want to trade queens. Then I need to save the bishop first. Maybe I positioned my bishop not so great. Okay. On with this. Okay. Okay. Bishop's hanging. Okay, damn it.
Looks like it's time to boil up.
At least my bishop's okay. Now my bishop's under attack. Now I have to okay. Now I lose a bishop. Oh. Never mind, I trade bishops. Then trade rooks. Now I'm only up a pawn. Here, put the rook here. Oh. Okay, oops, I just pinned my own knight. Okay, let's offer a trade. I'm still up a pawn. Okay, and I can unpin my knight. Ugh. Okay, now I'm down a pawn. Okay, well that's a free queen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think that's quite enough for today. Yeah, super short stream, an hour and a half. I really don't think it's like that terrible, honestly. You know, I think that I got a lot of potential for my life. I know that a lot of times I get these preconceived notions in my head a lot of people do, about what is and isn't like what I am and what I'm not capable of. And it works both ways. Like, you know, obviously, in the end of the day, I have to pursue a life in the best way I know how, utilizing the skills that I have. And I believe that, and I have proof already of knowing that as I have progressed through these surgeries, and like just as time goes on, things just feel better, and I feel more capable. I feel stronger. I feel like I can succeed. And if I hold on to that and get rid of preconceived notions about what I'm capable of and what I'm not capable of. People have preconceived notions over, you know, they kind of live in a bubble. I hate to break it to so many people, but it's just, there's more to life than LSF and Twitch and even, like, you know, whatever YouTube corner you're in. There's a giant world out there, and so many people can succeed. And age or appearance has nothing to do with it. Because people of all sorts of ages, all sorts of appearances have been able to have success even in industries where people think that appearance is everything, such as modeling. Because there's people who started modeling careers at 60 plus. I'm 35, almost 36, and I have been getting better and better and better. And apparently I look pretty young for my age. So, because I'm pretty healthy. And also estrogen treatment lowered my biological age a bit. Okay. I mean, it kind of turns the clock back. You know, estrogen kind of gives you like a more youthful appearance. And I've already kind of had like youthful genetics. But in the end of the day, that doesn't matter. There's people who are 68 starting in my industry. Okay, so I don't care if people say, oh, survivorship bias. I'm a survivor. Okay, and that's all I know how to do. It's all I mean, obviously I'm still here. You know, I'm very successful at surviving. So all you have to do is just find the resources you need to find. And don't stop, ever. Because the only person who is going to stop you is yourself. You know, obviously there's cases where like some other factors will stop you, but I think that list is a lot smaller than people think. You know, people have achieved success in the modeling and acting industry, you know, pornographic or not, past their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Okay, there are supermodels who still have careers and they're in their 90s, and you know, mainstream models. Like, I'm not gonna let age be an excuse. I'm not gonna let like my physical appearance be an excuse. And I think I'm starting off from a pretty good starting point. Okay, like, I mean, it didn't start out this way, so you know, I think I have a lot of stuff going for me. I think I have some assets. Okay, if I can learn how to use those assets, though, there's a lot more to it than just looking pretty. There's a lot more to it than just turning on a camera. Okay, there's so many other things, and a lot of those are kind of off limits to me at the moment because I'm on this like medical thing. So it's gonna be like this for a while, but not a crazy amount of time. Like, I would say, like, I can probably get back on the horse like in like 6 months after surgery. Like, you know, and I'll be going back to college, you know, and I'll be, you know, gathering resources that I need, getting a professional portfolio, professional photography to build a portfolio, You know, build better outfits, get better makeup, you know, get situations where I can, like, you know, do better filming, you know, get a professional photographer, just gradually upgrade and upgrade it. It might happen quicker than I think. It might happen like lightning fast. Okay? As soon as I get the resources available and I get all the pieces lined up, it might happen rocket fuel kind of speed. Okay? But I won't know that if I give up on myself before I even start. If I think that, like, oh, you know, I'm transgender, what hope do I have at all of being successful in any industry? I may as well give up. And it's like, giving up is not an option. It's never an option. I get one life, and I have no choice but to live it. And, you know, we're not even going to go there with, you know, the choice that isn't a choice. Because the only direction to go is surviving. And I'm going to do it. Okay? And I know that it seems ridiculous sometimes to even expect myself to be successful at this time. But I don't think about the now. I think about where I can be. And I've known this the entire time. Because 4 years ago, I didn't know exactly how things would turn out with transitioning, but I had to have faith and I had to have confidence, knowing that who I am when I start is not who I'll end up to be. And the same with, you know, growing a portfolio and creating content and collaborating with people and all these sorts of things that I can end up exploring as time goes on. Because eventually things are just gonna work out. Okay, and I have to have faith for that day. Even though I don't know exactly how to make it happen, even though I don't know when it'll happen, but I know that I'm capable of it. And I have to know that. I mean, because why not Rebecca? Why can't Rebecca Lauren be successful? Why not her? There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason. So, you know, it's a lot of hard work, and I'm gonna have to be very uncertain for a while, but I've lived in uncertainty my whole life. And the only direction I can go is forward and up. Because I am not going back to where I was 15 years ago, you know, hopeless and homeless. You know, I need to, I can't just, you know, I can't just falter and just like not do anything with my life just because I'm afraid. Just because I'm worried about, oh, what if this doesn't work out? What if I don't make a living from this? It's like, the alternative, I already know, is just having nothing. Having no hope. Having no opportunities. So at least I can just pursue the things that I know that I'm capable of, that I know that I can have success in, that I already have proof of financial success in. You know, the only thing stopping me is myself. And right now, I'm taking the steps needed to change that part of myself. To have a very significant surgery that'll completely change my branding, but will allow me to move forward and not be stuck anymore. Because I'll have nothing holding me back except for whatever's left. And I guess that's a good cue. Yeah, I guess that's a good cue. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I'm gonna hang in there, taking care of my health, taking care of everything I need to be taken care of. Because one way or another, I'm getting myself to that surgery. And if it's not this month, it'll be next month. If it's not next month, it'll be in January. but I'm gonna get that number down from 7.2 to 6.9. And I am absolutely not going to relent. Anyway, bye-bye.